Clady is a small rural community located in the county of Armagh in Northern Ireland. Passing through Clady, it may not feel like there's much to it. 2 housing estates, a chapel, a primary school and a scattering of houses across the country. But on a closer look, you will see the glue of the community, the GAA.
The GAA, known as the Gaelic Athletic Association, is Ireland's largest sporting organisation. It is celebrated as one of the great, if not the greatest, amateur sporting organisations in the world. The GAA promotes such games as hurling, football, handball and rounders to a smaller extent. Players involved in Gaelic football and hurling and all, even at the highest level, inter-county level, are all amateur status. They don't get paid. It's all on a volunteer basis. So your own county has X amount of number of clubs, and you play other clubs within that county level, within that county. You play with your own clubs. And then if you're good enough and you're willing to put the efforts in, you could be selected to play for your county at a higher standard. In this local area of Clady, Gaelic football is the main sport. And Gaelic football is a distinctive Irish field game. The equipment used in this game, the ball, is a surround leather ball, slightly smaller, but slightly heavier than a soccer ball. And this H-shaped post with like a crossbar and a net on the lower part. Rules of the game is that the ball can be carried in the hand for a maximum of 4 steps before the ball has to be either bounced or soloed. Soloed is an action where the ball is dropped from the hand onto the foot and kicked back into the hand. Also then, the ball cannot be bounced twice in a row before it has to be fist passed, and the fist passed is an action of striking the ball with the hand or with a closed fist. To score in the game, the ball can be either kicked or fisted between the posts and over that crossbar. That counts as 1 point. The ball can also then be kicked to the lower part below the crossbar into that net, and that is called a goal, and that counts as 3 points. A lot of people say Gaelic is a rough sport. It is a contact sport. I suppose something similar to rugby, there is contact. The only difference is you can't put your arms around a player and pull him to the ground.
Gaelic football has a long history in Clady, going back to 1888, when the first ever Gaelic team in Clady, the Clady Heelys, were formed. The Clady Heelys struggled to keep a team together due to low player numbers because of players working and immigrating. Over the next 70 years, Clady saw various different teams formed and fold. The Kilclooney Fóa Bhaile from 1912 to 1917. The award-winning Clady team of 1922-23. The Kevin Barrys of 1934 to 1940. And the Shamrocks of 1944 to 1949. It wasn't until 1957, on the first Sunday of that April, a group of locals met up and decided to put a team together. During their meeting, they all donated 10 shillings each, which paid for jerseys and the administration fees in order to form the Clady Sean South team.
I went along with my father to the games that were played in the 57, 60s. The original football field was called Gyp's Home. That was where the 57 team started. I don't know how long they played there, but they were in a number of other fields in later years locally before they finished up in what is the current field at the minute. Clary Club have won 2 junior championships. The first one in 1977 and the second one, I think I'm right in saying that was 1992. And those were their 2 championship successes. Yeah.
The Clady Sean South team started in 1957 and is still going to this day. Over the years, it has gone through many changes between players and pitches, but has remained strong. The history of the GAA has deep roots in Clady and has instilled strong values of tradition, pride and respect in all of its residents. To ensure that these values are upheld, the club has been kept alive through the passion and dedication of all involved.
I got encouraged to get involved in the day-to-day running of the club and helping out with getting the team out for the game on Sunday. Yeah. But in later years then I was a treasurer of the committee for quite some time. Yes, being treasurer for 10 years, the club in those years, we had the official opening of the field, which was 1989, and then we had major renovation to the social club.
Bearing in mind that the GAA is an amateur sport, funding can be an issue. One of the many ways that funds are raised is through sponsorship from local businesses.
I'm a small local business owner and we sponsor the Clady underage Gaelic football teams. Well, we really got involved and wanted to sponsor the teams. Our family's very well connected all through the years. My grandfather, Thomas McArdle, was one of the founder members of the club back in the 1950s. My father then as well, he managed various underage teams. Some of those teams were very successful, and from that my father went on and he managed or helped manage the Armagh County minor teams in the 1980s. Also my uncle Tommy as well, he's a current lifetime member of the Clady committee and he's the honorary president at the minute. Everybody's played at all levels and we're very proud of that, and we want to continue that tradition and keep those beliefs alive.
As well as the football, there's the social aspect to the GAA. With Clady having its own social club where regular events are hosted in order to help fund the football team. Events such as dinner dances, raffles and sponsored marathons are held throughout the year.
I'd like to, at this point in time, take our team captain, ask our team captain, Malachi Savage, to pull out the win ticket.
Generation after generation have been involved with Clady football. Sons have followed in the shoes of their fathers to continue the traditions. But involvement in the sport starts at a young age in order to teach the technique and skills that are required.
My name is Brian Crozier. I'm an under-8 coach for Shamrocks. We're an amalgamation of 3 clubs. 3 clubs are Mullabrack, Lissummon and Clady. What we find is that basically we're struggling with numbers, so all 3 clubs are struggling with numbers are very, very small. So we had about 10, but give or take, you go to a tournament and you have 3 absentees, you can't really field. So we found the best thing to do was to join us 3. Well, today as a blitz, as you can see, it's in Grainmore here. There's 6 pitches on the go, and it's basically you have all 6 pitches are active. You've clubs from various places. You've Ballymacnab here, you've Grainmore, all have 2 teams. We have 2 teams here. I think Cullyhanna's here. I don't think they have 2. They might have 1. Derrynoosa are here. It's all about just giving kids football, really. You know, just trying to encourage them all along, and hopefully you're making them better. I'm actually from a small club up in Tyrone called Moortown, so whenever you come from a club or a country area like Clady or like the Summon or wherever you're from, really and truly, Gaelic games is all you have, you know, because it was all I knew whenever I grew up, and you know, what binds your community is probably what you call the glue of a community. It sticks everything together. Everything sort of, it's a focal point for everybody. Listen, you try to give your best to the community you're in. I've been living in Clady now, I suppose about 12 years now, 12, 13 years. I've been involved coaching youth-wise at least 11 of those years. But you're trying your best to teach them the skills. Hopefully later on they're going to maybe bring that onto their club level, and if Armagh's very lucky, 1 or 2 of these players today will be representing Armagh at minor, under 20 or senior level. So that's probably the hope that you'd have out of this field today.
At a very young age, Gaelic is about learning the skills of the game, making new friends and having fun. As players progress through the age ranks and reach senior level, a more competitive aspect of the game develops. The hopes and prayers of all of Clady are on these players' shoulders. These men must be in peak physical condition to win. For them, Gaelic is no longer a hobby, but a lifestyle.
Yeah, so depending on when our next match is, you could have between 3 to 4 trainings a week. So it's typically on a Tuesday, Friday, and then a match on Sunday. But then that's just your training with the team. Like, you know, a lot of players like myself have to go to a gym. So typical week for me, Monday maybe rest because we'd have the game Sunday. Then Tuesday's training. Wednesday would be a gym session. Thursday's a personal trainer session. Friday's another training. Saturday rest, and a match Sunday, and it just keeps going each week.
The years of training and honing skills in all weather, the hours upon hours given up for the club, comes together in 60 minutes every Sunday.
The GAA is the heart of this community. It's who I am.
I think every local area needs its own local football club. The club is a very important part of the community.
Much recreation facilities about, and the GAA games helps bring the people of the club together. There provides something for them.
it just gives you a sense of identity, I think, you know, as to who you are about and you know, what your club's about.
Everyone gets to GAA on a Sunday, watches the team play.
I love my football, I love the social aspect of it, so this is all part of me. It's, should I say, it's in your blood.
Win, lose or draw. Dedication to their sport is what underpins the Clady community.